We are here today to tell you about one of our body's most useful type of cells in the immune system, leukocyte cells, otherwise known as white blood cells.
Now, to give you a better idea of what it is they really do, let's think of our body as castles, and these leukocytes are the knights in shining armor.
Let's first start off by explaining the 5 types of leukocytes. The first type is called a monocyte. They basically help break down bacteria, and they have a longer lifespan than most leukocytes. Let's think of this type of cell as the normal castle knights. They are true and stay their post for much longer than the other knights do.
Next are the lymphocytes. In our scenario, these cells would be the crazy scientist knights in the castle. They are the leukocytes that create antibodies to defend against harmful agents such as viruses, bacteria, etc.
The third type are neutrophils, which kill and digest harmful agents. They are the first line of defense, so they are like the main knight army of the castle, to be called on at any moment.
The fourth type are the basophils, which are the small leukocytes that sound a quote-unquote alarm when infectious agents enter the bloodstream. They are like the front guard knights of the castle who alert everyone else when something ominous approaches.
The fifth and final type of leukocytes are the eosinophils. These cells are the most versatile and do many different jobs, including attacking and killing parasites, destroying cancer cells, and helping with allergic responses. Our scenario would make these cells the versatile knights who mainly act as bodyguards in the castle.
All of these cells look similar to each other, but in fact, all white blood cells are able to change their shape. This allows them to do their job because it can help them squeeze through small channels to get to the site of infection. If they couldn't do this, they would never be able to travel through the bloodstream so easily and quickly.
Now that we've told you who's who, we'll move on to telling you all about leukocytes as a whole. You see, leukocytes are super important when it comes to our health, and they are one of the main parts of our immune system.
Basically, when our body, the castle, is under attack, the leukocyte knights are what defend it. If we didn't have them, we would get very, very sick and our castle would start to crumble. In fact, if someone has a deficiency of leukocytes, they have a very serious disease called leukopenia. On the flip side, if they have too many abnormal leukocyte cells, they have a different serious disease called leukemia.
Think of it this way. If our castle had too few knights, it wouldn't be able to defend itself from enemies. But if it had too many knights, the castle would be overrun by them all and it would result in chaos. To prevent this, the castle would need a good balance of knights to be stable, just like our bodies do.
Generally, leukemia is described as a cancer of the bone marrow, and this is because leukocytes are actually synthesized in the bone marrow. After being synthesized, leukocytes tend to hang around in the blood channels that function like castle hallways and lymph tissues that function like the castle infirmary.
Once they serve their term in one of these places, they only live 1 to 3 days. This means that our bone marrow is constantly making these cells, resulting in most healthy people producing about 100 billion leukocytes every day. Strangely enough, that huge number only accounts for about 1% of our bloodstream.
Though this number seems like a lot and you would think mitosis would contribute, in reality, most leukocytes do not do mitosis, but they can synthesize proteins and antibodies made by our crazy scientist knights that we have mentioned before, lymphocytes.
Now you know all about the knights of your body, leukocytes. Thanks for watching!